Best answers to common interview questions. If you have a job interview coming up in 2026, this video might be one of the most important things you watch before you walk into that room. Because the truth is, most people do not fail interviews because they are unqualified. They fail because they do not know how to answer simple questions in a smart, confident, and professional way. Interviewers are not just listening to your words. They are judging your attitude, your communication, your confidence, your self-awareness, and whether you can represent the company well. So in this video, I am going to give you the best answers to some of the most common interview questions, with a modern 2026 approach that sounds professional but still natural. These are not robotic answers that sound memorized. These are the kinds of answers that make employers feel like you are prepared, capable, and worth hiring. So if you want to sound more confident, avoid weak answers, and give responses that actually impress, stay with me until the end because these questions can completely change the way you perform in interviews. 1. Tell me about yourself. A strong answer to this question should be short, focused, and relevant to the role. Do not start telling your entire life story. The best way to answer is to talk briefly about your background, your key experience or strengths, and then connect that directly to the job you are applying for. A professional answer sounds like this: I'm someone who enjoys learning, solving problems, and contributing to a team. Over the past few years, I've built experience in roles where communication, responsibility, and attention to detail were important. I've developed strong skills in managing tasks, adapting quickly, and working well under pressure. What interested me about this opportunity is that it matches both my strengths and the kind of work I want to grow in, so I'm excited about the chance to contribute here. This answer works because it sounds polished, relevant, and confident without sounding fake. 2. Why do you want to work here? This is where many candidates become too generic. They say things like, because your company is good, or because I need a job. That is not enough. Employers want to hear that you have done some thinking. A better answer would be, I want to work here because your company has a strong reputation for professionalism and growth, and I'm looking for an environment where I can both contribute and continue developing my skills. From what I've seen, this role would allow me to use my strengths in a meaningful way while also learning from a team that values quality and results. That combination is very important to me. This answer shows motivation, maturity, and genuine interest. It tells the employer that you are not just applying everywhere without direction. 3. Why should we hire you? This question is your opportunity to sell your value clearly. Do not answer with something weak like, because I'm hardworking. Thousands of people say that. You need to combine skills, attitude, and value. A strong answer is, you should hire me because I bring a combination of reliability, willingness to learn, and the ability to stay focused on results. I take responsibility seriously, I communicate well, and I adapt quickly when expectations are clear. I also understand that being a strong employee is not just about doing tasks, but about being someone the team can trust. I believe I can bring that mindset to this role and make a positive contribution from the start. This answer feels stronger because it sounds like someone who understands what employers really want beyond qualifications alone. 4. What are your strengths? A mistake many candidates make is listing random personality traits with no proof. In 2026, interview answers need to feel more grounded and practical. A better answer would be, one of my biggest strengths is that I stay calm and focused when there is pressure. I'm also strong at learning quickly and adjusting when priorities change, which helps me stay productive in fast-moving environments. Another strength is communication, because I understand how important it is to keep people informed, ask the right questions, and avoid unnecessary mistakes. This answer works because it highlights strengths that apply to many jobs and sound useful in real workplace situations. If possible, the candidate should also say them with confidence and a natural tone, not like they are reading a list. 5. What is your biggest weakness? This question makes many people nervous because they think one wrong answer can destroy the interview. But the best answer is not pretending you have no weakness. The best answer is choosing a real but manageable weakness and then showing improvement. For example, one weakness I've worked on is being too focused on getting everything exactly right, which can sometimes slow me down. Over time, I've learned how to balance quality with efficiency by prioritizing what matters most and managing my time more carefully. That has helped me become more effective without losing attention to detail. This answer is safe, professional, and smart because it shows self-awareness and growth. It does not make you look incapable. It makes you look honest and coachable. 6. Describe a challenge you faced and how you handled it. This is one of the most common behavioral interview questions, and employers ask it because they want proof of how you think under pressure. Your answer should be simple: describe the challenge, explain what you did, and mention the result. A strong example sounds like this: in one situation, I had to deal with a tight deadline while also managing other responsibilities. Instead of getting overwhelmed, I broke the work into priorities, focused on the most urgent tasks first, and stayed in communication with the people involved so expectations remained clear. As a result, I was able to complete the work on time without sacrificing quality. That experience taught me the value of staying organized and calm when pressure increases. This answer works because it shows maturity, problem solving, and the ability to manage stress in a professional way. 7. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? This question is not about predicting your exact future. It is about showing direction. Employers want to know if you are serious, ambitious, and likely to grow. A strong answer is, in 5 years, I would like to be in a position where I've developed strong expertise in my field, taken on greater responsibility, and become someone who adds real value to the team. I'm looking for a role where I can build solid experience, continue learning, and grow based on performance. My goal is to keep improving and move forward through consistent results. This answer shows ambition without sounding unrealistic. It also reassures the employer that you are thinking long-term. 8. How do you handle pressure or stress? This question matters more than ever because many workplaces are fast, demanding, and constantly changing. Interviewers want to know whether pressure will break your performance or sharpen your focus. A strong answer is, I handle pressure by staying organized and focusing on what I can control. When things become stressful, I try to break the situation into clear priorities rather than reacting emotionally. I've found that staying calm, communicating clearly, and keeping attention on the next important step helps me perform better even in busy situations. Pressure is part of many jobs, so I see it as something to manage professionally rather than something to fear. This answer sounds mature and realistic. It shows emotional control, which employers value highly. 9. Why did you leave your last job? This is a dangerous question if answered emotionally. Never speak badly about your old employer, manager, or workplace. Even if your last experience was bad, your answer should sound respectful and forward-looking. A professional answer is, I appreciated the experience I gained in my previous role, but I reached a point where I felt ready for a new challenge and a better opportunity to grow. I wanted a position where I could continue developing my skills, take on more responsibility, and contribute in a stronger way. That's one of the reasons this opportunity stood out to me. This answer avoids negativity and keeps the focus on growth. That is exactly what employers want to hear. 10. Why should we not hire you? This is a tricky question, and sometimes interviewers ask it to test composure. Do not panic. The best strategy is to answer with honesty while still protecting your image. A smart answer could be, if you are looking for someone who wants to stay comfortable, avoid feedback, and do the minimum, then I may not be the right fit. But if you want someone who is willing to learn, improve, take responsibility, and contribute seriously, then I believe I would be a strong choice. This answer turns a difficult question into a powerful one. It shows confidence, professionalism, and mental sharpness. 11. Do you have any questions for us? This is where many candidates lose a chance to finish strongly. Saying no, I'm good can make you seem uninterested. Always ask at least 1 or 2 thoughtful questions. For example, you can say, yes, I'd love to know what success looks like in this role during the first few months, or what qualities do your strongest employees usually have in this team? These questions make you sound serious, engaged, and genuinely interested in performing well. In many cases, the final impression you leave with your questions can influence how the interviewer remembers you after the interview ends. Now here is the most important thing to remember. The best interview answers in 2026 are not about sounding perfect. They are about sounding clear, relevant, confident, and professional. Interviewers are not expecting a machine. They are looking for someone who communicates well, understands the role, and gives them confidence that hiring this person would be a smart decision. So when you practice your answers, do not try to memorize every word exactly. Understand the structure, understand the intention behind the question, and then deliver your response naturally. That is what makes an answer feel real. The more natural and prepared you sound, the more trustworthy and employable you appear. If you found this helpful, make sure you practice these answers out loud before your next interview, because reading answers is one thing, but saying them with confidence is what really changes your performance. And if you want more interview questions and answers, job winning scripts, and practical career guidance, stay connected, because the right preparation can make a huge difference in whether you walk out of an interview hoping for good news or expecting it.